Today's video is going to be a completely different type of video. I'm not sure how much witchcraft is going to be in this video. I do have to go through all my witchy jewelry. I'm going to be going through clothes. So if that's not your bag, totally fine. I just want to preempt that from the beginning of the video. So unless you kind of nosy and you want to see what type of stuff I have, then, feel free to watch. Or maybe looking at outfit ID. I don't know if you would want to go for me, though, for clothing inspiration, especially like right now. I'm just in pajamas. Once I go through my jewelry, I do my cleanse on them and reset my jewelry like how I normally do. The whole point of this video is, for the first time ever, I have a 3-day weekend. Well, the first time this year, I have a 3-day weekend. And my house is a total mess. Plus, I've been given a lot of stuff recently. As we're going through older family members' homes, I still have habits where I live in piles and out of bags. To be completely transparent, because we would have to have everything easy access to be able to get up and go. So cleaning, organization, it's still something that I'm trying to honestly get used to, and I just want to be fully transparent with that. I'm not sure if any of you guys struggle with that. If you do, you're not alone. If any of you guys don't struggle with that, please give me tips, please. I go through and show you my mess. Be more vulnerable and honest, because 1, I gotta get this done. 2, I try to upload every week for you guys. 3, someone else could be struggling just like me and not having the motivation to do this, feeling embarrassed or ashamed by their mess. You'll never be ashamed or embarrassed by your mess. Got 2 religious objects from 2 different family members. Hold on, I'm going to show them to you guys real quick, because when I'm done, I need to find a spot to put them before we go into everything. This was carved by my step-grandfather. He did pass away, but he was an amazing wood carver. He did everything by hand, and now they do everything with lasers. But I think he made this maybe in 97. It's a picture of Jesus, but he carved it all by hand. Look at the detail. There was some that he's done where the lines are even thinner, he did this beautiful wolf one. Oh my gosh, beautiful. And it was on a piece of a fallen log from the backyard. But the detail on this is beautiful. So I got to figure out a place to hang this up. Not religious, never was religious. I think I've been into a church a handful of times, and most of those were for funerals or weddings. So it's unlike me to, have a religious object. But he made this by hand. And now when they do the laser burns, there's burn marks and stuff on it. But this is now a lost talent, because machines do this now, and that breaks my heart. So I have to put him on display somewhere, which is going to confuse all my friends when they walk in my house, and they're going to be like, no, this is just a symbol of love. Now this other one that was given to me, it was by a different family member. And I loved her house. It was my great aunt. She's still alive, don't worry. This thing is so old. And I was trying to research it online, because I was like, please don't give me anything valuable. I don't want anything valuable. And they're like, if anyone was to have it, you would be the one to have it. But, hold on, let me try and pick this up, because this thing is huge. Sorry, there's a black bird right outside my window. Look at this ginormous Buddha. I can't even lift him up all the way. Is absolutely beautiful. She had him in the corner of her room. He was filled with incense. I had to take the incense out, but you could see where she burned incense for him every morning. And he had a little shrine. Since he never moved, he's covered in dust. He does need to be cleaned up a little bit. But since he's so old, I'll be very careful cleaning him up. I need to start fading out my hair this weekend. I already started it, but my roots have grown in so much, and I had decided that I wasn't going to touch up my roots to make it match the rest of my hair. So I was like, I'm going to start fading it. And the problem is, some parts of it are still so vivid and bright, but they were fading by the roots. And other parts aren't so vivid and bright, so I'm kind of like, oh no, what am I gonna do? My hair is also very, very long, and it's getting in the way, and it's uneven in the back now because it grew out, so I definitely have to cut it and trim it. I don't even know if all of it's on camera, but I have to start fading out my hair, start planning my next hair color, and cut my hair. I don't know if I want to go maybe short again. Maybe take off maybe a foot and a half. I don't know. I have a lot to do this weekend. So let me show you what we're going to be working with. Oh my gosh, this is going to be embarrassing. My mirror, you could see because of the sticky letters, I can only clean so far in the mirror. And my bedroom, are you ready? It's going to be bad. Okay, maybe it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I thought every part of the floor was covered. But I started taking out my clothes to go through them. My hoops are reflective, that's why they're glowing. Like I said, going through paranormal equipment, going through my hula hoops, going through clothes. I have to hang up a bunch of like my face statues. I honestly thought the floor was more covered than what it was. And then I'm going to do a try on to see what I like and what I don't like, what doesn't fit, what I don't feel comfortable in, and what I don't feel like a badass in. I do want some stuff where I could feel like pretty and dainty, and then the other one to be like, I eat those who do bad against people, so. And then I do have to keep some nice things for work just in case. Then we're going to have a fashion show, basically. Just be forewarned. I normally shave my legs and my armpits, but like, I haven't, so there's going to be body hair. So I don't know what to tell you if body hair offends you. Body hair is normal. I'm going to start with the clothes, and that way afterwards I can make the pile of what I'm going to donate, and then put all of that aside. That way I could take it to the dry cleaners. That way I'm not taking up all the washing machines where I live. That way I could take it to be dry cleaned and then afterwards split them up between the different shelters. But I declare that I want to start a new thing. When you're having a bad day, I feel like, for me, this is what works for me. I think that we should all dress up in whatever the hell we want just to make ourselves feel better. So some days I want to dress up like a fairy tale type of fairy. Not like the real type of fae, but like a fairy tale fairy just to make me feel better. Some days I want to dress up like a doc librarian. Like all like the doc academia. I almost said aerodynamics. Oh my gosh, I need coffee. Some days I just want to be myself. Some days I want to be over and beyond in like my dark witchy aesthetic. So if you're having a bad day and you want to cheer yourself up, wear whatever the hell you want. Put on your best makeup for no reason. Put on your best beard care for no reason. Put in your best hair care, whatever you want. Dress up however the hell you want and feel yourself. Because like I like to do that. So I have fairy wings on my wall that you can't really see. Okay, I'm ranting. I'm raving. I'm out of breath because I just ran all over the apartment trying to find my tripod. I'm going to start organizing these clothes into piles. Oh. Alright, so I'm going to start trying on, I don't know if I should do skirts. Maybe I'll do skirts first, that way I don't have to worry about like changing my top. I'm going to do skirts and then dresses because I'm in spring going into summer. So that makes the most sense to me. So we're going to do a little fashion show. I had to change the angle, and of course now with the light is going to be a weird backdrop. But like, this is what I got to work with. Let's get fancy.
We find ourselves starting from scratch, brick by brick. No path carved out for us now. The brush is thick. All I'm asking now, don't give up on love. Don't give up. Don't give up on love. I know that you're tired, my love, but please don't go. There's valleys and mountain tops on this rocky road. All I'm asking now, don't give up on love. Don't give up. Don't give up on love. In sickness or health, for rich or for poor. I meant every word that I told you before. All I'm asking now, don't give up on love. Don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give up on love. Don't give up.
Middle of the road is just a feeling of a distant melody unknown. I was doing fine, I minded my own business till the day you took me home. You came into my life.
Sorry for all the awkward eye contact. I was using my camera as my mirror, so the whole entire time I just realized I'm staring at you guys like... So sorry about that. Already showed enough clothes. I do have some really cool leggings and bell bottoms, so I might put those on camera. I don't know yet, but I'm going to start going through all the drawers, all my closets, because I have so many odds and ends just pushed off to the side. There's like a trash bag that I already filled with clothes that I had to take to the dry cleaners from one half of stuff, so I still have a lot more stuff to go through. So you might see a little bit more clothes, even though I feel like it's kind of boring, but yeah, let's get the clothes done. Oh my gosh, it's almost already nighttime. Tried cleaning up the living room the other day. So the living side, the wind is blowing the curtains. And Kitty's just taking a nap. Oh, the life of a cat. Doesn't have to clean anything. Oh, okay. All right. I got stuff to do. Let's take a break, regroup, and then finish putting stuff away. Okay, bye. I made dinner and I fell asleep on the couch. It's now the next day. Fell asleep with my hair in the bun and in the same clothes. I'm gonna get dressed and we're gonna go back to it. I did do everything in all my drawers. So after I finished everything in my drawers and in my closet, for the most part, I still have like the drawers underneath my bed. I was like, perfect. All right. Make some nice, cozy, hearty dinner with like mashed potatoes and some beef. It was so good. Fell asleep on the couch. I fell asleep like half sitting up and I woke up and my mouth was so dry and I was like, what day is it? I have today and tomorrow. Today I'm supposed to see one of my girlfriends though. So, you see how I did that? I was like, to see one of my girlfriends though. Actually, I let her know I had a film, but I don't know if she wants to sit and watch me clean because that's not fair. So let me drink my coffee and we'll get back into things. I have some ridiculous pants that I want to share with you guys. To be 1000% transparent, I can't remember where these came from, but I don't remember buying them. But they still have the tag on them. But these were the type of material, they were literally stuck to the top of my drawer where my leggings are. And I was like reaching around in there to grab out all the leggings and I was like, what the hell is that? Because leggings are one of the things that like I don't donate. Leggings, socks, and underwear. I always buy new for when I like donate that stuff and I go through it. The reason being because like I've been homeless. I know what it's like to have someone's old and used socks when you can't wash your own. And like I don't even want to get started on underwear. And leggings are already like thin stretch fabric and like you move your legs more than you move the top part of your body. So that's all the stuff that I donate new. When I'm getting rid of old socks, I'll get rid of them at like Savers or for like the tax bin at Salvation Army, not for the donation bin. But if I was to ever have a sponsor or an affiliate on this channel, the only one that I'd ever do is Boombas, because for each pair of socks or underwear or a shirt that you buy, you pay double the price, but they donate one in return. So like I think that's awesome. Their socks are quality. There is lifelong guarantees. That way, even when you donate that pair of socks, if something happens with that person's pair of socks, they're able to keep replacing their socks. And they're be able to, the way they're designed, I think it's made for people who can't wash their socks often. So they are expensive, but it's because you're buying another pair for somebody else. But yeah, that's why I don't donate like leggings or underwear or socks. I just do them brand new because I've been in that boat and I know what it's like. Anyway, we're gonna look at these ridiculous pants. I used to wear material like this all the time in high school, and I still have a dress that's made out of like this PVC type of vinyl. These are by prettylittlething.com. There's no price on it. But US size 4, which it looks very tiny for a size 4. And like I could fit into some sizes 4, but like I'm normally in junior sizes just because I'm short. I have very long torso, but very, very, very short legs on top of my height. So a lot of my clothing just makes me look very stumpy. It's all like stuck to itself, but it's got like ridiculous bell bottoms at the bottom. It's almost like double the size of my head. But that's not the ridiculous part about these pants. I'm going to have to back up for you to see the ridiculousness of this. Alright, see me? See, here's my feet. I have too much paranormal equipment right here. You see my feet right here? These are the bell bottoms. Let me back up so you can see all of it. Hey, see, they're not touching the ground yet. Now they're touching the ground.
Bruh.
Do you see that? Do you see that? These bell bottoms are like 4 feet high. And I'm 4'11". Bless you. Someone sneezed outside. So sorry. I shouldn't have chugged my coffee. Now I'm just like... But also, look at this. Look at this. The bottom, if I was to go from like the floor up, the bottom is way up here. Like the connector, the bottom connector. Well, my real life bottom is like a foot below that. So like, not that you guys need to... Anyway, it just... I don't know how these are going to work. So if I was to go from like real life bottom, that's like 1.5 feet, a bell bottom. So we're gonna try these on. We're gonna put these on and see what it looks like. And then after those, these two were stuck together like another pleather type. And I was looking for leggings like these before to wear with an outfit because I had like a red skirt and I wanted to wear it for Christmas and I couldn't find it. I was like, oh, maybe I got rid of it. They were stuck together in like suction cup because of the material to the top of the drawer. And then these old spiderweb leggings that I feel like have too much of a white pattern. So we're gonna try on those, and then after that, we're done with clothes. Do you see how shiny these are? I'm going to slip. Let me back these up so you can see. Look how shiny these are. Do you see? Do you see the shiny? And they're so stretchy, but like, look how big the bell bottom is. Like, what is that? What is that? Oh my gosh, that would look, imagine if I just did them like this and I would walk around like that. Just like, oh my gosh, but look how shiny. I am the moon. I am the night. I'm shiny. I'm reflective. I'm having way too much. I shouldn't have chugged that coffee. Wah! This is why no one hangs out with me when I clean. But like, tell me you wouldn't want to move around in these, but these go up so high. They're so... they're like... I don't know if they're built for real people. Or if they just looked at like a Barbie doll and they were like, you know what, that looks right. But... yeah, I think I'm gonna give these to like savers, because maybe someone could use this for like a Halloween costume, even though this is like a normal everyday outfit for me. I just feel so like lungy in these. Alright, I'm having way too much fun. They sound weird though! Alright. I'm done. Time for the other pair. I feel like these are kinda see-through, but it's like the matte version of the other ones. But again, what sucks is when your short legging bottoms don't fit right. That's the only thing. I used to buy the capri leggings when they were in style because they would fit me like normal leggings, like up to here. And they're not in style anymore. I don't know. These ones are cool too, but they're like... I don't know, I might keep these ones. They're kind of sticky, but not as like... wah! Sticky as the other ones. I gotta stop. Last pair. Yeah, these have like a lot of white on them. I kind of wish it was introverted, but still the same thing. These are kind of like worn through, but they're very soft. But they're like worn out where there's no more stretch. So like if I was to wear them like normally, you see what I mean? It makes my leg like the same size and it's just uncomfortable. Like, I do have knee-high stuff. Hold on. Like I have like knee-high platform holograph boots. Hold on. But these I'm like 5'1". Maybe 5'2". But do I really want to get a pair of leggings that I could only wear if like I have to only wear with boots? You know? I feel like these. My knee-high chucks. But that's the only thing. There's so much extra fabric in here that I had to like loosen it way more than I would normally for it to fit. See, I don't want to just have a pair of leggings just to only wear with certain shoes to feel comfortable in. See? I'm letting things go. No. They are cool. No, I could get a pair eventually when I have money and the time is good. That makes me feel better than having to dress these up. Getting rid of, donating. I'll actually see if Martina wants these and she's coming over today. Because these are like the one size fits all. And she's a little bit taller than me. She's like 5'2", I think. Or 5'3". So these should fit her good. The only thing is when I give those pants, I'll be giving her just now and I won't have time to wash them. So hopefully she won't mind. But while I have this angle, all right, I want you guys' honest opinion. Because like I said, I want to redo my room. I do want to keep some of my wall knick-knack stuff. But what I want to do is, I'm going to move you guys very gently. You see bookshelves over here and over here. And I have like a little table thing that goes across. And then you see the bookshelf that's over here in the corner. I want to get one of those floor-to-ceiling bookcases, which I know isn't going to cover all the books over here, and then all the books over here, and then the other bookcase over here. But I want to get those, but then have a corner bookshelf, and then have it extend with 3 other floor-to-ceiling bookshelves. So in this corner... I wonder if I could find a picture of like what I'm talking about and like put it in there like that. And then, sorry, I have you guys on my tripod. That way I could get everything off of this bookshelf, move the bureau down, And then everything in this back hidden corner with all my other witchcraft supplies for like my more like secretive stuff, I could put on display in that corner and then have this spot open. Maybe put like a little reading nook or something. And that way I kind of free up this area over here. But that way if I fix up all over here, while I love having the stuff in front of the window, it's not even. Oh, you can't even see me. It's all dark. None of that stuff is even, and I feel like everything kind of gets lost. And basically the whole perimeter of my room has stuff all around it, and it's all pushed out, so I just have the floor. And while I'm very thankful and lucky that I have like a huge bedroom, it's basically being taken up by stuff. So then what I was thinking, but my bed is currently pushed up against the wall because this bed is very heavy because it is solid. So once we put it down, trying to like putting it together, we couldn't move it again. And we didn't want to take it apart and stuff like that. It was just easier for convenience for us to put it up in the spot when we were bringing it up. And then we figured that we would be able to move it after, just because it was a very long day. And that was not the case. So it stayed here for about like, I don't know, 8 years I've had this bed maybe. Since like 2015, 2016. Oh, actually more like closer to 10. Oh, okay, yeah, a while. I've had this bed for a while. But what I want to do is, you see how I have everything above the bed, like marking the bed? I want to change the bed, and you see where that tapestry is? Flip the bed so the headboard is in between the tapestry, and then my two end tables that are over here. Like these ones, I know everything's a mess right now. Put on either side of the bed. That way, when you walk in, my bed is this way, like over here, sticking out this way, with the two end tables. That way, when you walk in, it's kind of like a little path. And then in that corner, when you walk in, I have like the corner bookcases coming out and maybe hanging some more stuff from the ceiling to connect to this. Like all the Spanish moss and stuff like that, because I wanted my bedroom to be way more mossy. Move the bureau and everything down this way, and then maybe have like a little reading nook. But have all that in that corner be floor to ceiling, and then I still have like floating candles, like extra ones that maybe I could put up over there too. But that way, all around the window underneath is kind of like opened up with actual solid bookcases. So I don't know. Tell me what you think about that, because that's what I'm trying to clean to do. Because I'm very thankful that my room is very big, but I also have a lot of stuff. Some of it is sentimental. Some of it is just me still feeling guilty if I got a gift and it's not something that I really like, but I'm like, oh, they love seeing it every time they come in, and just random stuff like that. Okay, anyway, that tripod is heavy. I was just moving it. I got to do some yoga. All right, I don't know if I'm going to finish my room in this whole video, but we shall see. It's 4 weeks later. It's now June. Happy Pride, but I still haven't finished my room. And my house is back to being a mess again. But I do have to go through and cleanse my jewelry, so I figured I would do that at least. And the video is most likely going to end after I go through my cleansing. I was making balloon animals because I found some of my balloons, but they're not the right size. You guys want to see some balloon animals I made? You know, instead of cleaning? These aren't the right size, so don't judge me, but this is a sword. Look how beautiful. Oh, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful sword. Yes, yes. And this one is an axe. Like, you know, bang, 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 you know, or a hammer. I don't know. I messed up, as you could tell at the end. So yeah, you know, I could have been cleaning instead of stressing out. But then, you know, of course I found balloons and I was like, oh my God, I haven't made balloon animals in a while. Let me make some balloon animals. But they weren't the right size because that's the bottom. But I do have to clear up space on my phone because I have a paranormal investigation in 2 days. I'm going to try and film some of that. I'm going to be in a public place, but I don't know how much of it I will be able to film because I'm going to be bringing a minor. My friend's nephew loves, you know, paranormal investigation. He really likes gadgets. I do have like a lot of gadgets, but I think he's realizing that, like, you know, a paranormal investigation, I think he likes ghost hunting more because there's a difference between those two. At least I think so. But I think he's kind of seeing that it's like not like how it is on like TV and YouTube and stuff. So my room is now a mess with clothes and backpacks and paranormal equipment, but because he's a minor, like he's a kid, he's a teenager, but he's not 18 yet. I don't want to have him on camera, but I might give you guys like a snippet of where we're going to be and maybe some snippets of things. So I have to make sure there's space on my phone, so I have to finish this video. So I have to make sure there's space on my phone. Anyway, talking about nothing again. Oh my gosh. let's start grabbing some of my jewelry, because I do wear a lot of jewelry, even though you can't really tell. My necklace was backwards, but when they're off, I put them in a certain type of bowl, and then another one I have like a charging plate, and I do a lot of random stuff to my jewelry. Well, what I'm going to be doing is primarily, I'm just going to do my charging plate, but I'm going to show you guys my witchy jewelry if you guys are interested. Warning, I have a lot. Let me show you that before we get to like the charging plate. The first one we're going to be going through is my charging plate. I know you can't even tell really what's in here, but this normally is in my bedroom. That way I could take off pieces of jewelry before I go to bed. And there's certain herbs and other crystals and stuff in here that I need to take out and cleanse. I think Kitty's collar is in there. Yeah, Kitty's collar is in there because it has a crystal on it. Anyway. And then the other one that we're going to be doing is my grounding bowl. Now, this is primarily filled with crystal chips that I put bracelets on that I wear normally like every day. But I have hair clips and stuff in there. Oh my gosh! It's a hair tie covered in kitty fur. All right, let's set up an angle. As soon as I start this, that's when fireworks are going off. But what I'm going to do first is I have a disposable plate and I'm going to lay down some salt. That way, as I'm taking off the jewelry off the plate, I'm putting it in some salt first. That way, afterwards, I can start to cleanse everything. Sorry if my plant gets in the way. I got to trim it. It's almost down to like the bottom of the chair. This is just regular pink salt, but it does have some oils in it. I wish you guys could smell it. It smells really good. But this has some empath oil in it that I have gotten, as well as some protection oil. So I'm just going to spread this around. I'm going to put my little sigil in it. Sure you've seen it before, my crystal grid one. So I'm just going to take everything out and put it in there except for Kitty's collar because of the oils. But I don't want the stuff to rest in here for too long because sometimes salt can damage certain jewelry, and I have a mix of all different types of jewelry. I'm going to have necklaces in here and bracelets. I think I'm going to separate it and do necklaces first. I'm just going to, hold up each piece to the camera. I probably won't be talking much during this. You guys just get to look at some pretty jewelry. And you guys get to watch me untangle stuff. This one even has like a little bitty baby cauldron on it. It's a dragon. You guys probably seen me wear this one in the majority of my videos. Oh, you can't even see the eye. There's an eye carved in the labradorite. It's cool. It's the skeleton key and an amethyst. Skeleton key came from Salem, from Five Hand Curiosities, which shut down, but I love that store in Salem. Iridescent glass. This one's Nolan's. This one I'm not going to be putting in because this one was my Grandma Nana's. Got the magnetic clasp, is so cool. But I think this was her mother's, who came from Budapest. I'm going to be putting this, hanging up with my mom's jewelry and my mirror thing. I made this out of a piece of smoky quartz, a key ring, and a wolf's paw bone. Is a wire wrap labradorite. I wrapped it myself, I'm sure you can tell. This one is a big, chunky, like, statement necklace. Well, this one has a charm of a dragonfly on it. This was actually my cousin's that passed away that gave me the fairy oracle deck. She loved dragonflies, and that's my sign from her. And this was hers, so I put it on my lapis lazuli because we were also besties. And lapis lazuli is the stone. Nolan wire wrapped this piece of quartz and citrine for me for Christmas. He did it all by himself. He's super proud. I just have to get a good necklace chain for it. But it's a big necklace. I think he did pretty good for his first time wire wrapping. He did it just for me, and I think it's beautiful. He also did this one. I think he thought it was carnelian, but this one is just red agate. But it's still beautiful. He did this all himself. It's a heart. This is another crystal cage. This is from Salem from when I was like 11? No, 12 maybe? I can't remember. But it has a piece of tree agate and moss agate. These are so old, and pretty sure they kind of yellowed because this is like over 20-something years old now. Oh, this was also from Salem. The chain recently broke, but this is an empath protection necklace. It has a mixture of different stones. We got malachite, we got onyx, we have a quartz point, we got some lapis lazuli, and I'm not sure if this is chrysolite. Of course, classic hagstone. Just on a string. Just digging through here just to see if there's any more necklaces that I might have missed. Now we just have a whole bunch of bracelets. All right, I already spent so much time on the necklaces, so these are all just crystals. Some have like some plastic bits and stuff, but I'm just gonna put these in here so I'm not taking up so much of our time. This is actually one of my girlfriends. We go back and forth and pass it back and forth. She's obsessed with this bracelet, and whenever she wants it to have good vibes, she leaves it with me for a little bit. So if we don't see each other for a while, it's like we're hugging each other. I'm gonna cleanse this and fill this up with good juju for her too for the next time. Some of these I made myself too. Like these purple ones I made myself. Not the best at it though. You'll see in a moment, there's a lot of little trinkets in here, which I'm gonna cleanse separately. I'm just primarily working on stone and crystals. These were actually my mom's. They're plastic, but they also have hematite with angels on them. I think this one's saints and this one's angels. Got a lot of hematite. Oh, and this is a pop socket for the back of my phone. It's like a labradorite pop socket to hold it. I got the majority of the jewelry in the paper plate. Now you could kind of see the herbs. There's going to be cat fur. You know, I live with an Angora cat that sheds like it's nobody's business because she hates being brushed. You could kind of see all the little trinkets and crystals and odds and ends and herbs and stuff that I keep in here. Some of these, like this was my mama's cross because she was very religious. I have a saint medallion from her, St. Jude, because she loves St. Jude. I think this is St. Benedict in here. I think this one's St. Benedict, maybe. Yep, this one's St. Benedict. Little crystal towers, beads, little happy good juju trinkets, some selenite bars, crystals, little Titian sigil paper, you know, like little things like that. Some lucky pennies. So I'm going to move this off to the side for right now because right now we're in a waning moon. So I'm going to put this near the window next to the waning moon so we can get some moonlight, and I will be right back. Pop a nail. I told you I have a lot of random things in here. This jersey is actually from one of my girlfriends. Her and her now husband, for one of their dates, they ended up stopping by the end of like a mine, and they found all like these geodes and crystal jerseys like already broken. So she was like, oh my gosh, so she gave me a whole bunch of them. So I put them in here since she moved to a different part of New England. All right, I kept all the rose quartz separate because I'm not sure if I'm going to be putting all the rose quartz back in. So I had to do with my intention last time, but as you can see now, we're left with just the herb blend that I had put in. So you can see there's rose, there's little bits of cornflowers, there's bits of ivy, there's little bits of cedar. This is all for like self-love, protection, boundaries. So I'm not pulling up too much of other people's energy. So what I'm going to do with this is I have a little spot where I bury this. So I'm going to put this off to the side now so I can bury it later because I always give it back. And I always make sure if I'm burying something or putting it outside, it's nothing that could harm the wildlife. So let me put this off to the side and let's get to cleansing and resetting this up in a different way. I realized as I came back and I was setting up everything, you know, when I went to go pause the camera, the whole entire step was erased. So all I did was I washed this, which I didn't show on camera, but then I filled it up with some black salt, a little bit of eggshells, and pine needles. Oh my gosh, my camera's still running. Let me pause it as I set up everything. And then I went to go hit it and then I realized I was hitting record. So none of that was recorded. So wonderful. This plate was actually from my old manager, from my current job, the one that was also a witch. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take my thunder drum and I'm going to put this over it to clear out some stuff with sound. You might be able to hear it. You might not. It might sound too loud, but blow out the extra energy throughout the window. They drop stuff. Now what I'm also gonna do is, I already did this off camera, I wasn't recorded, but I put oil or things like that on my hands when I'm doing my spell workings. That way, just in case my energy slips or anything else like that, it's that extra barrier. So I normally put oil on my hands whenever I'm doing most types of spell work to add a little extra oomph, to add that little extra barrier of things. So I'm gonna be using Moth Magic by Anita's Apothecary. This actually has like pieces of Luna moth wings in there, and Luna moths are my favorites. So this is something that just resonates with me, and it smells really good. I'm gonna rub it in my hands. I'm gonna wake up the oils with sound. What I'm going to do is I have my little fluorite slab for balance of energies. I'm going to take a little bit of this is self-igniting incense, and this is from Hex and Salem, but this one is the Witch's Shield. So I'm just going to burn just a little bit of this and waft the smoke over the plate, like put the plate and stuff over the smoke just as like that little extra leftover barrier of everything. So I'm just going to take the littlest amount on my spoon, put it in my little incense holder. Now this one is a fumigation type of incense, so this one is going to produce a lot of smoke. I normally clap to put out my incense. I don't blow it, but this one will also go out on its own. I'm just going to put the little cover over it, and that way this helps push out any energies I don't want to be working with in my area. Before I start this, I clean the table, and then I also spray sprays and put oils and whatnot on any type of cloths that I'm working to like help cleanse my space. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to wipe down my plate. I do a mixture of things. You don't have to do any of these. You don't have to do all of these. I'm just showing you stuff that I do. So this is a blend that I made. Don't worry, it's supposed to be this color. I think I said it in my other video when I showed it. I also have a little bit of Ruta water. This is from the Chaotic Witch Aunt when they were in Salem. At the witches market. We were both at the market. Obviously they were a vendor and I was just there just like because I was like, I'm gonna go shopping. Then some Florida water and then a little bit of Palo Santo water. And I normally use this handkerchief to clean it. Now, if you wanted to, you could go counterclockwise to push away anything. You could go clockwise to bring in stuff. Or if you just don't abide by any of that, you could just, you know, washity wash and squiggles or however you clean things. Okay. Before I put in my next thing of crystals, I'm going to do a little herb blend. Now, this one is a blend that I made myself. I really wish you could smell this. It smells so good because there is a little bit of chai tea in there. And there's vanilla bean. There's a little bit of roses, some cedar, and a little bit of blue cornflower because I do love blue cornflower. This was some of the mix that I had used in the other one, but we're going to add in some new stuff too. Just to smell of these lasts about a month, and I normally do my jewelry right around the waning moon phase. That way I can push everything off of it. That's just my preference. I'm also going to be adding in a little bit of yarrow flower. Yarrow flower. Sorry, it's like 11 o'clock at night and I have work in the morning. But this is to also kind of help push away negative thoughts, negative people, bring things to like the heart center. I've been having a lot of time anxiety lately because there's so much stuff that I need to do and I want to make sure I'm doing it, and I'm behind in everything in my life, such as comments, videos, and as well as my social personal life. Oh my gosh, I have oil in my hand so I can't open this now. Oh! Let me show you what this is though. This is a chakra blend. This was made by my old mentor, but don't worry, I have the recipe. But it has herbs that are related to each chakra. Because in reality, isn't there like there's over 100 and something chakras. Now, if you wanted, you could put in a sigil with your finger or anything like that if you wanted to. I'm going to leave mine flat for right now. I am going to add in a worry doll since, these normally go under your pillow, but, since I stress about time and all that fun jazz, I'm going to put one in my jewelry. Which one did I grab? Aww. So cute. That's so cute. I love worry dolls. I have so many. I'm just gonna put that in there. Then before I put in my trinkets, I'm just gonna put them in my singing bowl. There's a lot of trinkets. And as you can see, they all have meaning to me. This might be too loud to actually put in the video because this does get loud. So I have to do this quick because it is late at night. You can see all the trinkets in there. See? Mixed it all up. I had these in the window for a little while. Then afterwards I clapped and I snap over things. Now, again, you don't have to be this extra when you're doing your stuff. This is just like what I like to do. You know how like everybody kind of has like that one kind of like big extra thing that they do every so often? Like I like to reprogram my walls every so often. Since I have an apartment and I have shared walls, I have shared floors, I have, shared everything. Every once in a while I like to do like a big cleanse. My monthly jewelry reset and trinket reset is kind of like my mindful action and like my meditation. My little zone out and Vogue type of deal. So normally I like to sit here and speak my intention and, sit with each piece as I put it back, because the majority of these, I'm very lucky, were gifts, throughout the years. I'm very thankful and lucky that I have so many people that think of me, and some of these were from other people that have memories. Some of these go back and forth. Some of these I put my own time and effort in. So I like to sit and go with each one. A little bit more of the moth oil. Like, you don't have to do this. If you wanted to have like some essence of you, there's like a perfume or a cologne or anything like that you wear, you could put that on your hands too. That way it has the essence of you. That way your jewelry kind of knows you and it knows who it has to look out for and who it has to pay attention to. And you don't have to do that at all. This is just stuff that I do. And sometimes it could be hard being in a witchy mood, and sometimes you would feel like, I know some people kind of struggle with things sometimes, and they're like, oh, if I'm not doing magic 24/7, am I really a witch? Yes, you're still a witch. You don't have to do magic 24/7. Most witches really aren't. It just blends in with their day-to-day stuff. Stirring a cup of tea a certain type of way. Stopping everything just to feel the breeze and just having it, imagine it cleansing everything through you. Putting a little braid in your hair. Tying your shoes while thinking of your motivation for the day. There's like little things that you could do. It doesn't have to be anything big. But before I add these in, I'm going to put them over my favorite incense. If you ever want to know like what my house smells like. It smells like moss, pine, herbs drying in the oven almost 24/7. And this incense, this is a store local to me called The Veiled Crow. They do have everything online, but the one that I get is Good Earth. Oh my gosh. I love this smell. I know I showed it before in another video. I'm always like running low on it, but it's like a green color and it just smells so good. It smells like dirt and like rain. Again, you can burn it over charcoal. You can see it's like a green color, but again, it's a self-igniting incense. So technically you don't need any charcoal. Again, this is a fumigation incense. So if you use a big amount, it's going to get really, really smoky. But I love this incense so freaking much. I normally stock up on it. Not sponsored by the Veil Crow or anything like that, but if any of you guys are interested, I'm gonna link down their website. Oh my gosh. Actually, I had a conversation with Lauren, the owner, the other day. I ran into her at the Witches Market at a different type of event, and I had the oldest batch still of Open Passage, which they don't make anymore. Well, they do make, just not with the old ingredients. And she was like, oh my gosh, you still have this? And I was like, hell yeah, of course I do. So what I'm going to be doing now, like I said, a little bit goes a long way. I don't want it to mess up the camera. I'm just going to focus on my bracelets because I put my bracelets in here. I'm going to put my bracelets through the smoke and just put them back. That's it. Nice and simple. A bunch of my other bracelets are actually in my grounding bowl. These are actually seeds. That's why some popped off. They actually started to sprout because I accidentally wore it while washing my hands. I'm left with all my necklaces, which I'm going to hang up, and then I'm going to throw out the salt. And then basically for my grounding bowl, I do the same thing. I just wash the bowl with more pine-based things. Like I have a pine cleanser. I use pine essential oils. Sometimes I'll just use pine needles and wipe out the inside of it. And my moss agate stones, I have like a little happy patch moss that I normally let them sit out overnight in. And that's normally where I put bracelets. So I'm just going to cleanse the bracelets, and then I'm just going to add the bracelets in here. So I cleansed the bracelets that were in my grounding bowl. I already ran them through my incense just so you guys can see. Most of you guys know I am obsessed with like moss agate. Well, this is actually fluorite. I'm holding that up, rainbow fluorite. The evil eye bracelet that I just got in that witch's box. Ryanite, garden quartz, yellow turquoise, and then Nolan's Molnir was in there that he got. Like a choker necklace that has tree agate on it. An evil eye necklace that could be wrapped around. I normally wear it as like waist beads, or I wear it as like a necklace. A little mushroom made out of smelting glass, which is glass mixed in with quartz. Cauldron of rebirth necklace. And then some random rings, like the witch's knot ring, a mood ring, pentacle ring, some spectrolite, red jasper, and an anklet covered in all different types of trinkets and such. So I'm going to hang these up. Oh, I missed some. Ruby and zoistite, and then more moss agate. This is what my grounding bowl looks like. It's filled with all different trinkets, but it's the majority of moss agate and tree agate. It's a giant, beautiful chunk of aquamarine. Doesn't this look like it's like ice cubes? Oh my gosh, beautiful. Beautiful. One of the ivy sigils. But I'm going to take out all these stones, put them in my little mossy area for them to recharge under the moon, and wash everything out. And then afterwards, whenever I'm done with my bracelets, I just put everything back in here. So yeah, I know that was a lot. There was a whole bunch in this video. I don't even know what I'm going to title this one. There was a whole bunch. And if you made it this far, thank you so much. Sorry that was a lot. Didn't get to finish my house cleaning. Maybe soon. Maybe. I don't know. But now I gotta get ready for that paranormal investigation. Alright, I'll see you guys in the next one. And I hope good things happen to you. Bye!